with the USDC coming to depegging, like, I think that was a little overblown because I think it was only 3.3 billion to of
How
the
did it
40
depeg
billion.
though? Is because I heard that they do reimburse or what they do is that the dollar coins on USDC
There's too much sell pressure.
On Mondays they resolve it. And so then yeah, if you buy the dollar coins and then you try to reimburse them for actual dollars, they clear it every Monday. But yeah, too much sell pressure made it so that
So yeah, that's why we saw that market dip, I mean, come back. Whereas like it was dipping because of
should we have bought the dollar coins? I think we should have.
well, it was like
I
90
saw it
cents.
and
It
it was
got
like
down to 90 cents.
there were like multiple days where it was under a
People
dollar.
were converting their USDC to ETH and Bitcoin,
But
and
is
that's how
this
they
a
started
Luna
to come up.
situation or is it not? And then it's
Well,
not. But I mean it's
yeah,
yet to be
so
seen. This is a developing
it
story.
wasn't like all of USDC reserves were tied with this bank. Only like 3.3 billion of their 40 billion reserves. So that's like 8%. And so a lot of people, but you can't stop people from panicking, right? Like especially people that you're not like interacting with. And so you definitely saw USDC drop to 90 cents,
Is
but
this a step
it's
towards regulation
slowly
though?
pegging back.
Is this a conspiracy? Is this like FUD? Is this like a
Well, there
psyop?
was like Elizabeth Warren was coming out and saying crypto causes, like cause as trying to blame
And
crypto.
other people said Elizabeth Warren caused it because she wants to tap down on regulations that are going to increase the reserve amounts for banks. So they're saying that there are some banks that are over leveraged worse than this bank. And
Yeah,
now, is there going to be a bank run on Monday?
yeah, who knows? Like we
Hey,
saw Silvergate last or 2 weeks ago, and that was down 50%. And like even
I've
crypto,
seen the memes and I was posting them.
SVB, who's
No, the
next?
Joker,
Yeah,
Batman 2.
here we
Here
go.
we go.
So we'll see what
All of
happens.
these banks are under collateralized.
And so maybe they're only the big banks that
This
survive.
entire world economy is built on a house of cards.
Yeah, liabilities,
We
more
are going
liabilities than
to,
actual reserves.
we're in America, so we can legally say, get your guns, get your ammo, maybe some corn, some beans,
Get some gold. I don't
get
know,
some locks. Yeah, get
but
some
um,
booby trap.
yeah. Speaking back on regulation, like some because of all that bank run, like this story kind of got um, not swept under the rug or like kind of overshadowed. But the New York Attorney General sued KuCoin, which is huge because KuCoin's Hong Kong based. Um, and in that, security or in that lawsuit, they mentioned that ETH staking is a security. And so that brings on the question of, whether there's going to be regulation on that, on
Well,
the theme
and I
of that.
wanted to address the idea that like the USDC thing, if the government does get involved, and then it's kind of like the backdoor into starting to get the CBDC. So is USDC going to be the government backed coin? And then now there are certain politicians, I don't have it up on my phone at the moment, but there are going to be politicians calling for a stable coin that's monitored
But
and
there's
tracked.
also senators like fighting against it. Like, like there are other people.
Libertarians, I'm a fan. Josh Hawley.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people that are
But I don't
not
want to get into politics. We got to avoid
uh
that a little bit. But I mean, the idea of supporting crypto,
CBDCs are, good and
the
bad.
devil.
Mostly um but yeah, so like that
No,
was the
no, but
big
actually, let me dive in for 1 second. I did hear what someone had said, but I can't trust anybody. What they had said was going to be the eloquent solution is the idea that they are going to allow CBDC people to directly bank with the Federal Reserve, which to this point has been a convoluted system. This is a bit in the muck, and it's because I'm like super into, finance. news business stuff, but the Federal Reserve lends to preferable rates to preferred banks that are politically tied to people that are all chilling in fucking Nantucket or whatever. Uh, they were saying that if you are a CBDC, or I mean, not a CBDC, if you're a stable coin, you can get those rates because we don't want you dealing through secondary or tertiary Circle, instead of dealing with the Silicon Valley Bank, should just deal directly with the Federal Reserve. That has been gate kept for JP Morgan and Citibank. They get a little bit better rates and then they lend to the smaller banks and then they lend to the smaller banks. And it's just inefficiencies. And it's corrupt. So instead of that, there is an idea of tying the government closer to the stable coins for better rates and for more security. Because if Circle was directly banking with the Federal Reserve instead of the Silicon Valley Bank, then this wouldn't be a stress because it would be directly backed by the Federal Reserve. But it's a fucking corrupt system where the big banks get the preferred rates and then they lend out to other banks. But who's to trust the big banks? And make this all technological, make it all decentralized, cut out the middlemen.
Yeah, there's a lot of people calling for a decentralized stablecoin.
Yeah.
You know, but you know,
well, and then
almost supposed to be like that.
The idea is though, no, the idea is that you can take a lot of assets and have them bank directly. You can have a decentralized force talk with a centralized force. We should have the dollar coins be safe. If you're a fan of crypto and you think that the depegging of stable coins is like funny, like, I mean, I think it's funny too, actually. It's funny.
Just a step back.
It's just unnecessary. It's just a problem. Look, why can't a dollar be a dollar digitally? And I'm in